For many guys, the lower pecs are the most difficult area of the chest to fully develop. In most cases, this has less to do with the exercises they're performing and more to do with how they're performing those movements. In today's video, I want to share my top 3 lower chest exercises and how to perform them effectively so that you can build thicker, more rounded pecs. But first, let's quickly go over the anatomy of the chest. The chest, or pectoralis major, is composed of 2 major heads, the upper clavicular and the lower sternal head. But if you look in certain textbooks, you'll see the lowest portion of the pecs is divided into a 3rd head, the abdominal head. These fibers run downwards, so when you press, you'll have to press in a more downward angle to emphasize them. The entire chest has the primary function of horizontal adduction or bringing the arm across the body, but we'll be emphasizing the lower chest with a simple trick. Here's what I want you to do. Put one hand over your pec and extend the other arm to your side, palm facing forward. Your shoulder and wrist should be in line. Now bring the extended arm across your body. Notice where all the tension is going. Now bring the extended arm back to the starting position with your other hand still on your pec. This time, move the extended arm down slightly and bring it across your body again. Notice how the tension shifted from the upper portion of the chest to the lower portion. That's because bringing the arm across the body at an incline works more of the upper chest, while bringing it across the body at a lower angle places more tension on the lower chest. Now that we understand the basic anatomy of the chest and have a better understanding of how to emphasize the lower portion, it's time to go over the top 3 lower chest exercises for rounded pecs. Exercise number 1, flat barbell bench press. This one may feel a little obvious, but it's true. The flat barbell bench press is one of the greatest exercises for the sternal head of the pecs. It's not just my opinion, research actually confirms that it activates your pec muscle fibers extremely well. This means more tension on your chest. That explains why the barbell bench press is known to be associated with chest size. A 2014 study showed that the bigger the bench press, the bigger the chest. So if you want a strong lower chest, the flat barbell bench press should be a staple in your chest training routine. However, before you can actually build the chest with the bench press, you have to make sure you're actually targeting the right muscle fibers. Too many guys butcher this movement and end up working their anterior deltoids instead. Here's the fix. I want you to pinch your shoulder blades back and down. Imagine there's a pencil between your shoulder blades and you have to hold it in place only by squeezing them together. Do this while puffing out your chest a bit and it'll do a couple of things. 1, it'll protect your shoulders and place them in a safer position, and 2, it'll expose your chest and even put your body at a very slight decline so the lower pecs are hammered. When you actually bench press, you'll notice that there's a slight arch in your mid-back. This is the result of properly setting up with retracted shoulder blades. Another alternative would be the decline bench press. One study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research compared the incline bench press at a 30-degree angle to a decline bench press at a negative 15-degree angle. The decline bench press unsurprisingly hit the lower pecs more, but it also hit the upper pecs just as much as the incline bench press. This may be due to the fact that you can usually lift heavier loads at a decline. If you lift a heavier weight, all else being equal, it likely results in more tension on the target muscle. The downside is that some people feel the decline bench press is just hitting similar muscle fibers and is awkward to set up. Personally, I prefer the standard flat bench, but feel free to include a decline variation into your training. If you're feeling a lot of stress on your shoulders during the flat barbell bench press, the decline press might be a better option. Exercise number 2, dips. Whereas the bench press is a more traditional movement, dips are a less common chest exercise and can target the pecs from a unique angle. In fact, Dr. Brett Contreras compared different chest exercises and found the weighted dips to be one of the best exercises out there to activate the lower pecs. This shouldn't be too much of a surprise considering that it requires your arms to press downwards. The issue is that many guys don't even feel their pecs, or they just end up feeling excruciating pain in their shoulders. If that's the case, try this. First, retract and depress your shoulder blades just like you would for a bench press. Because we still want horizontal adduction to take place, flare your elbows out a bit, then lean forward during the dips by bending your knees and keeping them in front of your body. As you perform each rep, make sure you don't lose tightness, as that would remove tension from the pecs and place it on your shoulder girdle instead. If you feel the dips are not possible due to shoulder pain or because you're not strong enough to lift your own body weight, you can switch to other movements like the dumbbell bench press. On the other hand, if you feel body weight dips are too easy, put on a weight belt or place a dumbbell between your feet to add resistance. Since you still have to be careful with the shoulders, I prefer to do dips in the 8 to 12 rep range. Exercise number 3. High to low cable crossovers. High to low cable crossovers are great because they remove triceps involvement, further isolating the pecs. During a bench press, your triceps may fatigue first, limiting the tension on your pecs. With cable crossovers, you're sure that the pecs will be taken through a full range of motion and fatigue before any other muscle. In fact, the fly motion itself is the primary function of the chest. Since we're focusing on the lower pecs, doing a high to low crossover will be best as it's in line with the lower pec fibers. Pick an appropriate weight and step forward to add tension to the cables. Slightly lean your torso forward and then act as if you're giving a big bear hug. At the end of the movement, straighten your arms a little so that you can bring your elbows as close to each other as possible. Hold that peak contraction for 1 or 2 seconds before slowly reversing it. Don't make the mistake of turning the cable crossover into a press. This is not a movement in which you'll lift very heavy weight. If you get a big chest pump, you know you're doing it right. So there you have it, the top 3 lower chest exercises for rounded pecs. Add all 3 to your arsenal and experience some serious pec growth. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below as it'll truly help out the channel. Also, if you're looking to take your workouts to the next level, grab a bottle of my science-based pre-workout supplement, Turbocharged. Packed with scientifically proven ingredients, all clinically dosed, you'll experience all the performance benefits without the jitters or crash. If you want to learn more, head over to musclemonsters.com/supplements or click the link in the description below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Peace.